Hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. So this time, what I'd like to talk about is, if you master English, you can go to the United States. I had a trouble when pronouncing United States because to start with, United States itself is really hard for a non-native speaker of English language to pronounce. Anyway, so there's I tried before this recording or before how should I not how should I say so before I'm creating this episode, but actually so before just before or minutes before the creation of this episode, so I tried to create not another one. I tried to create this one, but actually it failed because I couldn't pronounce United States well that time. Which is why truth is so USA is it's better for me to pronounce when it comes to only the pronunciation of the name of the country, and the country is the United States of America, or the United States of America. And I often digress when creating episodes, or I all not often. So I always digress when speaking for episodes of podcasts. So which is why I'm going to tell you the conclusion at first. So the conclusion of this episode is the next stuff to do after mastering English is to get a job and enter business. So I'm going to tell you the conclusion again. The conclusion is the next stuff to do after mastering English to get a job and a business, and which is the conclusion of this episode. So why I began to create this is because so I don't know the situation or the state of your country, and just in this episode, just I have just said I have just spoken out state, but actually that state does not mean that state does not mean states of the United States of America. Anyway, so I don't know the situation of your country is, but I don't know the situation of your country, or I don't know how the situation of your country is going, but actually so taking a look at for example, so if you have access to the internet, I think most of you have access to the internet, but actually so taking a look at, or by investigating the largest companies by revenue all over the world, so it's possible to get such information by using the English language. But actually taking a look at the largest companies from the first largest to and anyway, from there's a list showing the list of the largest companies from the first largest to some largest countries, not countries but companies. Anyway, so and what I wanted to tell you this time is that so among that list, so so most not most companies, but actually so among the range from the first largest to the not second largest, just the 10th largest, from the first largest to the second, not second, the 10th largest, from those among those 10 largest companies, among the 10 largest companies, and the criteria or the criteria or the standard used for the measurement of the sizes of those largest companies. Anyway, so the standard and the criteria used for the measurement of those largest companies or is revenue. Revenue is used for measuring or ordering the revenues of the revenue of each company are used, or the revenue of each company was used for arranging the order or arranging the ranking of those largest companies. And among those 10 largest companies, until the eighth largest companies are United States or Chinese companies, or American companies and Chinese companies account for the percentage, or the largest part of those 10 largest companies. And the ninth largest company was a company of my country, and that is of course Toyota. And the 10th largest company is a German company, which is Volkswagen. But actually, in 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 the range of the first largest companies to the eighth largest companies, they are American companies or Chinese companies. And the largest companies, what the first largest company is Walmart, and the second largest company is State Grid, which is a Chinese company or Chinese corporation. And the situation is stuff like that. So, and where I'm recording this episode is 2022. So not in the beginning of 2022, but anyway. So giving you a hint of the date or the time of recording. So there's no premonition or no presentiment indicating the end of the Slavic War taking place between Ukraine and Russia. Anyway, so the time or the time of this recording or the moment of this recording is such a time when that Slavic war between Russia and Ukraine was an ongoing war. Anyway, so yeah. So why I began why I began to tell you this is because maybe not these days, actually, from the past, people have studied English language for transracial communication or international communications. But actually, which is why people have striven to achieve sufficient levels or sufficient proficiencies of English language. But actually, some people want to, or some people are striving. Some people are striving to study English, exceeding some sufficient level. And but such people want to master English language. And I don't know which category you put me into. But actually, I'm trying. I'm not trying to master English language. But actually, whether my English is sufficient or not is up to your decision. Or whether it depends on your decision whether my English language is sufficient or not. Anyway, so my English skill is not the topic of this episode. Anyway, so mastering the English language. So, but actually, of course, it's good to study English language. But actually, even if you master English language, what you can do next is to get a job with higher wages or higher paychecks or higher salaries. And another stuff is to find where to live in. And so when it comes to finding out a suitable place to live in, so you have to that place has to be what you can afford to live in, which means for example, I don't have to tell you this is I don't have to tell you this, but so if rent, for example, if the rent of a tenement exceeds your monthly paycheck, for example, or your monthly wage, for example, you can't afford to live in such a luxurious or such a luxury tenement or residence. So the image is stuff like that. So the image of affordability of residences is stuff like that. So I don't have to tell you this anyway. But actually, so why I began to say that you can live in the United States of America is because so after so I told that is. And I told you the ranking. So the ranking of the largest companies all over the world. And among those largest companies, there are many Germany largest American companies. So thinking about which, if you master English language, the country suitable for you is the United States of America. So so studying, so that is because studying English means you are serious and you are diligent. So and you might, if you are intelligent enough to master English language, so because if you study English, maybe that means you are non-native speaker of English language, which is why, so for non-native speakers of English language, mastering a foreign language is really difficult. So which is why if you can master English language, so you must be one of the excellent people, or you must be excellent people. So which is why, so United States, so you're mastering English language, maybe you can get, I think you can get some well-paid jobs, so you can get some jobs with higher wages, or higher paychecks, or higher salaries. So which is why, so if you look for, or if you want to get higher incomes by working some huge companies, for example, any company is fine to work for. So if you want to work for small companies, or middle, or if you'd like to work for some companies of middle sizes, so it's fine. It's up to you, or it depends on your preferences. But actually, if you want to work for huge companies, only choice, not only choices, but actually, there are some huge Chinese companies. But actually, if you'd like to use English language because you have mastered English language, and if you'd like to want to get some jobs with higher paychecks, so remarkable options are, or not respective, but so recommendable options are, or most recommendable options are the jobs supplied by the huge companies of the United States of America. So which is why, so of course, studying English is good, and mastering English well exceeding, or far exceeding sufficient levels is really great stuff. But actually, so if you master English language, what you can do is to go to the United States of America and get some jobs with higher paychecks or higher incomes. And another way to raise your own incomes is to found a company in the United States of America, for example. What I wanted to tell you with this example is that it's fine to become people like Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, or Mr. Bill Gates, or Mr. Jeffrey Bezos, so that you can become one of the richest, so that you can become one of the richest people all over the world. If you so what I'm telling you is that what I'm telling you is based on the hypothetical situations that you want to raise your own incomes. Like which there are, roughly saying, there are two ways for raising your incomes. One way, which is to join some companies with high paychecks, and another way is to launch or found some companies and make your own businesses, or make the business schemes, or make your own companies larger and larger, or make your companies have their companies expand, which is another way, or which is the other way in this episode for raising your own incomes. So anyway, I'm thinking of, so which is why, so I created this episode, and I'm telling you this topic. And let me tell you the topic and the conclusion of this episode before ending this episode. So the title is, if you master English, you can go to the United States of America. And the title shows the United States, but actually, the United States of America is where you can go after mastering English language. And conclusion is, the next stuff to do after mastering English is to get a job and a business. So so if you have anyway, But actually, if you have not reached even sufficient levels of English language, you can get into the United States of America. So the proficiency of your English skill, it's or the proficiency of your proficiency of English language is not related to whether you can get into the United States of America, or you can go to the United States of America or not. So even though for example, this is an extreme condition, but actually, if you do not know any English word, for example, I don't think such people exist on this world. Maybe some people in the forest of Amazon may not know any English word, but actually, these days most people know. Most people, or almost all the people know some English words to start with. Anyway, so but actually, if you this is an extreme condition. But if you do not know anything about English language, you can go to the United States of America, because if you are not criminal, for example. And so anyway, so which is why if you so which is why I have told you this is because I thought whether you are worried about your English skill. So, but actually, your English skill or your proficiency of English language is not related to whether you can go to the United States or not. Anyway, so what I'm telling you is that if you can acquire English language, or maybe so finally, only country you can go is United States of America. But actually, if you master English language, and if you want to go to Great Britain, for example, I think it's fine. But actually, if you want to raise your own incomes, so maybe United States of America is the most remarkable and the most recommendable choice, which is what I'd like you to know this time. But actually, if you are confident on raising your incomes by going to, for example, United States of America, not United States, but actually United Kingdom or Ireland or Australia, for example, I think it's fine. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.